Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, Bob, you're just in this bed you've never seen before. But yeah, if you head on out, you're in the same inn that you guys started the day before.
Okay. So I'll exit the room. I'll go out and look for a town beggar and ask about the poor people. Ask where slip him let's say I'll give him what do I have? I'll give him a copper piece for his information
All right, the
if I
beggar.
find one.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh shoot! I forgot to record this, but yeah, whatever. Um, do. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, so totally forgot to record that, but just started recording. All right, so there's about 1,200 people out there, but I mean, since it's so cold outside, there's really no homeless. There are some poor people, but they all at least like have a house to at least try to stay warm. Basically, it's been 2 years of winter at this point. So at this point, if there was any actual homeless, they probably would have died of exposure. So, but you do find out that most of the people who can't afford food or stuff like that generally go to the local temple, or they go to beg at the house of the Morning Lord, which is the shrine of Munatur, which is oh god, um, the god of the sun. So they're like trying to beg over there and at least like try to clean up the shrine to get some luck or to get some favor from the god to try to get some sort of happiness back or summer to come back so they can make their money because at this point like the farmers really haven't been able to farm for the past 2 years so they're probably on the poorhouse and stuff like that. So yeah, if if Bob hears about this, would he actually um head towards the shrine, the house of the Morning
I'll
Lord?
I'll head to where all the beggars are that they said that they go to beg.
Mm-hmm.
And go see if any of them are injured, and take care of them. Take
Yeah,
care of
you'll
their injuries.
probably be looking at a little bit of frostbite. So you could probably try to heal some frostbite, patch up maybe a couple of broken bones.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
what I do.
Okay.
And then I try to find where the sick are so I
Uh,
can feed them.
the sick would probably be taken care of by their own families,
Okay.
or yeah. So yeah, it's not. There's not really a sick house place that they would go to. Actually, let me
Not
share
like
this.
a hospital kind of deal, like not like a hospital. It's like I don't
Here,
know.
you guys get that? Oh, not that record. This record I
Okay.
wanted to share.
Close that.
Sorry. Yeah, there we go. The
Okay.
Bryn Shandir map. Like,
Yeah.
there's houses and everything. So, like, if you see where the House of the Morning Lord is, that's basically where the shrine of Amun Mater is. Of course, I'm probably saying that wrong, but yeah. Uh, but you guys are all the way up in the Northlook Inn,
Yeah. Yeah.
so for you, it's not that big of a trip to walk over there, go check in on people, see what's going on.
All right, so I do that. That's how I spend my early morning.
Okay. And at this point, Matt, are you
And then I'll
I'm
around?
do
here.
study on
Sorry.
nighttime.
No, that's
Sorry,
okay.
I'm late. My apparently there was a nail or a screw in my tire, but it has not caused a critical failure. And my trip after picking up my kid was delayed
Okay, you
due to
didn't
the
have a
need to get
blowout.
more air.
We had a
No,
blowout like a month in December. No, Thanksgiving. The day of Thanksgiving, I had a blowout.
Oh,
That was
ouch.
scary.
that is scary. No, it actually when I took the car this morning, the pressure was low in that tire, so I filled it, and then I kept an eye on it during that drive, and it didn't change. But then I got into it this evening, and it was back to being low, so I refilled it, and then checked on took a look at it, and apparently there's a nail or a screw that is extremely well wedged in there, so it is blocking the airflow also, particularly when a tire heats up. So I was able to complete my journey, but I've had to make a couple of stops to get air and
Okay.
You you don't
drive
have
slowly.
you don't have an air pump in the back of your car or something?
No, I don't believe so. I don't have an air pump, and to be honest, it doesn't matter. I just stopped at a gas station along the way, but the overall thing was just having to stop and get the air was that, and then the fact that it's the coldest day of the year so far, so I didn't want to actually go
Yeah,
crawl under the car, get the spare,
yeah,
and hook it on, um, and then drive a spare on the highway, which
yeah.
risks the spare as well, and just kept on the tire, but drove reasonably to make sure that it didn't become a blowout.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Um, so all right, what was going on with this? We're just doing morning activities now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob woke up extra early. So, yeah, you guys are in the Northlook Inn. Bob woke up extra early and he went out. You guys were all still sleeping, and I believe you said early morning you're probably going out. So it would probably be like mid-morning when you get back, right? It was just a short trip over to the House of the Morning Lord. There weren't that many people there. So
You want me
Bob,
to?
you would be heading back into the inn to check on your fellow mates, I
Yeah.
guess. All right.
Do you want me to do a medicine check, by the way?
You, the dwarves help healed you. Haruna,
No.
and
I
the
mean,
other
like,
No, he
two.
means for his healing at the
Oh,
temple.
yes, please. Yes, please. They would
yeah,
throw it in the tower if you could.
yeah.
All right. The couple of people that you healed, they feel a lot better, and they give you a nod. They you know give you a whole bunch of praise and thank you, and say, I mean, they're poor, so they can't really give you much, but if you ever need anything that they could help with, just to let uh let them know. So just on your sheet, make a note that you have the friendliness for the Brinchendir poor. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
there you go.
That's assuming they don't die to infection 3 days after today.
Yes, yes. All right. Does anybody want to run Drongo? I haven't been able to get in touch with Katie, so anybody feel like running the cleric? If not, I could just run.
I'm not sure that we all know the secrets of his character.
True. All right, I'll run, Katie.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's about mid-morning. Everybody's starting to wake up. Uh, Drungo's gonna head out, get some ale, um, morning ale, and get some breakfast. Uh, let's see.
It's okay. It doesn't have to be
Uh,
morning ale. Ale's just an all-day drink back in this time period, I feel like.
yeah. Bob, do you come into the Northlook Inn, or?
Would I have enough time to go to the stables and come back before they wake up, or should I just go to the inn?
I think since you're already heading towards the House of the Morning Lord, you would probably it would be getting towards like midday if you head
All right,
towards
so
the
I'll just go
stable.
back to the inn.
Yeah.
Oh wow, those stables are actually far.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty far. And I guess I
Wait.
did take a lot of time doing things.
How big is this? The only set of stables in the city? So,
Yeah,
like the inns have small stables.
this city is only about 1,000 people.
Look, it feels so big when I look at the map. I will be honest, but at the same time,
It's only 2,000 feet across.
Yeah, it's 1,200
oh,
people.
oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I hadn't actually looked at the.
Yeah, it's there's only about 1,200 people. This is not a big place. Like, yeah, each of those
Okay.
little houses are a little individual house. And by stables, yeah, that's it basically. There's no real need to have a horse in town because everywhere is pretty small enough to walk through. I mean, yeah, you were able to walk from Northlook to House of the Morning Lord just
Okay.
in the mid morning, so.
No worries. That trip's like a.
Huh?
That trip's like half a mile or less. All right.
Mhm. So yep, Nash, you wake up. You're in a bed. Actually, you went to sleep. You knew that you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that I went to sleep. It was my control.
You
All
pick
right.
your room.
Hold on 1 second. That makes sense. That actually. Corner. Door outside. I like that. All right. I'm gonna get up and also take breakfast ale and possible breakfast.
All right. Would you sit at
I
the
will.
same table?
Yeah,
as
I
Drungo,
would
or?
sit with Drungo and ask how Drungo was. Yeah, ask how he's feeling.
Yep. Tokens are unlocked, so feel free to
Okay.
move yourself. Ryan,
Considering
you
that
and
he
Rattlebone can
is
move as well.
almost dead. Got my
Vindel
food.
will try and sleep in as long as he can, because this is one of the warmest beds he's slept in well, a while. But eventually hunger will take control, and he'll get up late, but eventually show up for some breakfast.
How much does a guy like you need to eat, really?
Do you ask him this?
I might. This might happen during banter at the table. I feel like the real comment, though, would probably be related to Rattlebone's eating huge amounts of food. That's what I would assume would be happening with Rattlebone.
It's not a
I'm
huge
guessing.
normal
I'm
amount.
guessing since he's waking up late, that's when I come in.
Yep. You would be getting in just as Finn is stumbling between the doors of the bedroom and into like the tap room.
Dust off the snow from myself and walk in and see that they're at this table. Go over there.
Coincidentally, we're now wondering where the lizard went and if he survived the night.
Good morrow.
Ah, little man, you made it.
Yes, I made it.
I'll let out a big sleepy yawn.
Pretty sure somebody your size can only make a small yawn.
Medium-sized yawn, then.
Did you not rest well, Finbuild?
On the contrary, this is the best sleep I've had in a long while. It's one of the warmest beds that I've slept in.
Well, let's go ahead and have our morning breakfast then.
Yeah, Scrumtrax is gonna see you guys like gathered around the table and be like, I'm not serving you over here. You're gonna have to walk over to the bar if you guys want to order anything.
Wait, As a note here, my character, when I had my token free, I walked up to the bar and then I walked here.
Okay.
You don't have a wench?
Does this look like there should be a wench here? No, you grown people, you get your ass over here and get your food. Now the dwarves were nice enough to pay for you guys last night, so that's all square. But this morning they're not here; they already left. So gonna have to pay for your morning breakfast. Gonna look around. What do you guys all have?
One breakfast, please.
He's gonna give you an eye. It's just funny man, huh?
I'll have the warmest thing on the house.
Just gonna nod, get you a bowl of soup, put it on the table. 2 silver with the morning ale.
Do you have any morning mushroom soup?
He's gonna look at you. He's like, it's soup. It's the soup we've made today. Has some mushrooms in it, I guess. There's only one soup.
Just straight mushrooms.
Gonna appear. It's like grumbling. He's gonna go to grab some food, put some mushrooms in a bowl, and just give you a plate of mushrooms.
Okay.
And he's
Thank
like,
you.
1 silver. Just
Okay.
period.
I'll pay him the 1 silver.
All right, Finn, are you gonna give him the 2 silver for
Yeah, I
the
just put it on my
soup
character
and
sheet.
yep.
Did you say 2
And like-
silver?
Yep. It's 2 silver. It's like 1 silver for the soup, 1 silver for the food, but together 2 silver.
I'll pay 4 silvers for a normal sized meal.
Yes, a normal size meal. He gives you 2 bowls of soup and 2 tankards. Nash, would you have paid your 2 silver breakfast?
I would pay my 2 silver breakfast.
All right, there you go. So you would have gotten your tankard and bowl of soup. And there's a little piece of bread, the tiniest piece of bread possible for each bowl of soup. But
Right.
yeah,
Did
you
you
could
handle?
tell.
Sorry, did you remove money or?
No, I did not. I'm trusting you guys to remove.
I'm
It
just
on your
confirming
own.
because there's a.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Scramshacks, I noticed you got a good harvest this year. You offering bread with the soup? Nice.
He's like, well, we got some traders come in with some grain, so this is like the thinnest possible piece of bread. You could practically see through this slice of bread.
Could I have some of that bread? With
He's
my
like,
mushrooms?
yep, that was included. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
He's just gonna, yeah. It's like basically see through. But yes, you
Yep.
each get 1 little slice of like the thinnest bread, tiniest piece of bread. It's like, now don't get too used to that. Wheat here is pretty rare. Due to the whole winter thing. Right, Finn? You know what I mean.
Finbeld's gonna savor the mere thought of bread in his hand.
He's gonna start like wiping a tankard with a piece of cloth, and you think the cloth doesn't look quite clean, but you're not gonna say anything. And he's like, so, you guys gonna be heading out or staying at the inn a couple days?
Oh crap. Guys, didn't we have a utterly drastic and important thing to head out to in first thing?
Yes.
Whoa. Yes, we do, but we should sit at the table and plan what we're doing.
It's like, yes, you could
Okay.
go carry. Trollbane told me to let you guys know. She'll be back to the inn in about a week. She's doing her normal bounty hunter thing. She's retired, but she still gets around the towns. She likes to be in the know. You know what I mean? And then Danica's just over here in the corner. Her face in books. She's that doesn't really take much notice of the rest of the inn. But yeah.
So Finbuild. How do we get to? Oh crap! I didn't write notes on this. What town are we trying to get to?
Targos.
How do we get to Targos?
Well, it's real simple. We just have to head northwest for about 2.5 hours. I mean, at this hour, the snow should be just about a fine mush with the people going back and forth to, trade. But I have a couple extra routes that I know that might not be too horrible. Might even get us there faster. Who knows?
Does this take us past the sled route that we went to yesterday?
No, that was off towards the northeast.
Okay. All right. Well, I think many of us still need to get outfitted. We should hit a local retailer. And Finbull, do you know any good places? Or can you show me one of the good places you told me of yesterday?
Gonna give a little history roll for that one. See if I
Brian,
remember.
yeah, you haven't really spent that much time in Bryn Shandir, but you know that there's the Black Iron Blades blacksmith, and I mean, it doesn't have that great of a
This is the one
reputation
that owes
behind.
us, right?
Yeah, the one that you could
Okay.
get the 10% discount from. So yeah, here we go. So that's the world map, and then this is a Bryn Shandir map if you guys need that.
Where would we go to buy, like, I want to say general supplies?
That would be Black Iron Blades.
Okay.
They have
Yeah.
what you need over there.
Yeah,
I
they sell
mean,
adventuring
it might not be
supplies,
the best of
rations,
equipment.
cold weather gear, ice picks,
Okay.
snowshoes.
It might not hold
Okay.
together very long. In fact, it might catastrophically fail. In fact, now that I think about it,
Nothing I own is from Black Iron. But it'll work for you.
but they will have things in your size, and that's what matters.
All right. I think we should head over. We should head over to Black Iron after eating and prepare ourselves properly for this journey.
I just hope that horrible killer hasn't struck again my hometown.
Well, you're
Where do
here,
we-
so you're safe, sir.
Yeah, but what about my neighbors?
Yeah, so I mean,
Where do we
Just-
sell these bloodstones?
That is a fair question. Perhaps at the Black Iron, but considering they paid us in bloodstones, I'm assuming they're not going to trade them for cash. So perhaps we sell them in Targos.
Finn, you would know that basically not that many people have a whole bunch of coin just laying around. 10 Towns isn't a rich place. So if you sell the gems just for cash, you would probably only get half their value. But if you were to trade the gems for other necessities, you might get close to the full 50 gold coins worth of
Exchange.
value. Yeah. So you want to let everybody else know this?
I will not let everyone else know this. Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
I feel like you're holding out on us, Gnome. No, I don't say that. Sorry. All
I'm
right.
only saying this because I probably should procure some javelins, but I could spend my own gold.
I will
Well.
try and sell that scimitar and give everyone else the silver and gold that I procure for it. Equal it out.
You could throw it into the party sheet if you want, and I could just sell it and spread it out.
There you go.
Okay. So,
Hey, are we
by the
at
way,
Black Iron now? Have we moved?
if once you guys get up from the table, are you going to just try to leave your plates on the table?
Oh, of course. This is an
Yeah.
inn.
Yeah. You're
I
gonna
am, at
hear
least.
scram sacks. Hey! Hey! I ain't no maid!
I'm not done. I'll be back for it. Sorry.
He's gonna scream. He's like, you didn't pay for a busboy here. That would have been more. Bring your plates over here before you leave. You guys end up doing that?
Oh yeah, you don't want to upset the gods.
I wish I was openly using magical power and I would just use some telekinesis thing to get it over there. That would be.
I was gonna say thank you.
Fine.
You
I will
have a good
drop
day.
this.
Yep.
I return my tray.
I'll not be paying attention as I walk past the fish.
Oh god. The fish will sing, but considering I would have a lot of clicking to do, I don't have that currently open yet. Yeah, you only get two songs out of me a game. Sorry.
Aww.
But yes, the fish will sing. And I'll make a whole bunch of racket. Danica will
I'll
look
get
up.
scared for a second.
Yeah, Danica will look up. Oh, chewingas! Did you find
Yeah, we actually are hot on the trail of a particular chewinga right now. In fact,
them? Perfect. Capture it for me and bring him back here. I'll be waiting.
I mouth. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to psychically connect with Brian's character and say thank you as though it was said out loud when I'm not looking at him.
I will cock my
For-
head to the side.
For distracting her, yeah.
All right, fellas,
Huh.
let's go.
Brian, was that your first interaction with psychic person?
That was
Yeah,
well, he heard me in his head, but couldn't tell if I had said something out loud because I wasn't facing him when it was said.
I assume Rattlebone is coming with us.
Would you have bust your table or out a bone?
Yes, slurping up any leftovers that anybody managed to leave on the table.
leftovers. Ha! As if.
I asked him why he didn't just eat the tray. And in a joking manner.
It's painful when you pass it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I'll keep that in mind.
So you guys leave the inn. You head on over to Black Iron Blades. And let's see. There's
And we
no
all-
map for this one, so we're just gonna theater of the mind it, guys.
Finbuild will remark how not every time when you leave a inn do you get ambushed with people asking you to do stuff.
Yeah,
It seems like
it's kind of strange.
I'm telling you, that was weird for me too, guys.
It's unnerving not for it to happen again. I thought it was commonplace here now.
There's just too many people here.
Well, that's what happens when you go to Bryn Shander.
I don't know. I find it pleasant to not be asked for help by everyone along the way.
It's already cold enough. I don't want to deal with people.
Okay, so as you walk into the shop, you see this big shield dwarf just by the forge in the back of the shop. It's both a smithy and like the main shop. And you have Garn, the shield dwarf, and then you also have Eliza, which is the one standing right behind the shop. Oh God, the desk of the shop, the bar, whatever. Words are escaping me right now. But yeah, his sister Eliza runs a shop. Finn, you would know all that. You know, it's just a brother and sister dwarves running them. So they would kind of know you, but not really. You know, you don't actually live in the town. You just kind of visit occasionally, and you haven't really bought stuff from the Black Iron Blades since you moved into Targos, since you usually get everything from Targos, except, news and good and like, what is it? News and expensive stuff that you can't get at Targos usually, that you come to Bryn Shandir for. So Eliza's gonna look over and say, "Hey, well met. What are you guys looking for today?"
Looking for some javelins.
Well,
Javelins.
my friends here are woefully unprepared for the horrible snows and whatnot that lie await for us beyond these gates. Please hook them up.
She's gonna nod her head. Of course. Now, javelins. We happen to have five of them, Garn. They're in like a barrel over in the corner. Yes, there we go. There's a barrel of javelins. There's 5 that you could possibly purchase. There'll be 5 silver pieces each. Oh,
I'll take.
oh wait, Finn, weren't you the group that helped the Dwarven Valley guys?
Helped. We did all the work, and it nearly
Yes,
cost
yes.
us our lives.
They told me to give you a 10% discount as thanks from all the dwarves of the valley. And then you hear Garn grumbling in the background, just like it's not really. You can't really understand what he's saying. It just sounds like a lot of grumbling, either about the iron, the price, or the discount. You don't know. It just seems to be a whole stream of grumbles. But she'll just ignore him and go on. Yes, so javelins. That's 5 for 5 silver pieces each. So 2.5 gold.
Okay, I'll take all of them.
Okay. So there we go. I put 5 javelins in the party sheet. Just subtract 2 gold, 5 silver from your money.
Well, what's the conversion?
It's 10 silver pieces for 1 gold. So that's it. 5 silver pieces is half a gold. So that's why it's 2.5 gold. All right, and everyone else. She's gonna look. I mean, we do sell rations. We sell ice picks, snowshoes. Are you fortune hunting?
Well, I'll have you know that we're about to head on out on a very peculiar adventure over in Targos.
Oh, snowshoes. Yes, we have those. Or crampons. Will you be walking on the ice of Targos?
I think most of us have snowshoes, although I'm not sure about the little guy. The other little guy.
I got a pair of snowshoes. And
So I think-
crampons.
Yeah, I believe they were handed some actually before.
Oh yes. Well, what about crampons? For as I said, like walking on that ice.
I will need to buy some crampons.
Perfect. 2 gold pieces each.
2 gold each.
Well, I mean, 2 gold for the set of crampons. You need 1 for each boot. Gold piece each boot.
Should have bought these before I came north. All right, I will buy crampons.
All right, I threw one of them into the party sheet, so you could just grab them off there. Just take the 2 gold off your. Anyone else? Crampons? For the ice? Finn, are you gonna be taking them fishing for Knucklehead?
I just figured they'd have some rations for themselves. I don't take these guys for fishermen. Though.
Oh, yes, yes. Rations. 5 silver pieces.
How many rations you think we need?
Well, we don't know how long we're going to be out there at Targos, right?
I mean, you do know that they do sell rations at Targos.
It's 1 ration a day, right?
Yes.
Hey, Finbuild, how long is the trip to Targos again?
Oh, just a few hours. Not very far at all.
Yes, but don't forget the blizzards.
Yeah, how long are you generally caught in a storm if one comes on suddenly?
I mean, it would depend on the severity of the blizzard. I mean, you don't want to go walking around a blizzard. Though, if you do want to go walking around a blizzard, I do have some extra cold weather gear in the back.
Finbald, what's the longest you've been stuck in the wilderness because of a storm?
Well, it's real hard to say. After the 4th day, you sort of lose track of time. I mean, the sun never really comes out, and when you're completely blanketed under,
Okay, I have one.
feet of snow, it's hard to take.
That's good enough for me.
Time.
That's good enough for me. I think I'm okay, but I will keep this in mind before moving between towns again.
So, wait, if you're going to Targos, remember, if you go fishing there, or if you fall in the ice, you might want to change of clothes. Because, you can't walk around with wet clothes or you'll freeze and die. Finn, you should tell them. As I said, we got some cold weather gear in the back.
I've been trying to tell them, and that's why we're here.
So you guys want some more cold weather clothing for, in case yours get wet. Guys?
You know what? Give me a second. I can't make a decision if I actually need backup cold weather clothing. Yeah, I need to look at
if you get wet, your backup clothing usually gets wet too.
Wet too, yeah. That's one thing I would expect, but having a second set of clothing does mean that you can wear something while the other clothing is drying.
Yeah, you don't want to be wearing wet clothing.
Both way.
That I will let them know.
What?
Sure, that you don't want to be wearing wet clothing.
Now, Brian, as a fisherman, you would know that usually when you go out fishing, you do keep a separate spare set of clothes in the boat in case you fall in from a knucklehead trout, because they're pretty strong and they have been known to pull people in occasionally.
All right, do you have any
lesser fishermen in?
Yes.
Do you have a set of fine clothing?
Fine clothing. You do know that fine clothing wouldn't keep you warm in this weather, correct?
Is she looking at me?
Yes.
Then she would see that I'm wearing fine clothing.
Like, yes, fine clothes, I guess
And
I have a
cold weather
suit.
clothes on top of it.
I have a suit, in the back. It'll be like 15 gold pieces, and it might be maybe 50 years old in terms of style. But we do have it. We do have it.
Look at it.
Okay, she's gonna run to the back. Like you hear some rummaging, some things being tossed out of the way and shoved and moved, and she comes out with this like old worn box, and she opens it and shakes it out. Dust flies off. She's like, yes, see? A fine suit from about 50 years ago. They'll be perfect, right? That's what you want? Pull it up to you.
How does it
Finbill
look?
is visually perplexed.
How does it look? Does it look tattered?
It's
Does it
not
look in good-
tattered.
it's
You
in
could
good
tell
condition?
it's in good condition, but as she said, if you look at any sort of style, this is like what your grandfather probably would have in his closet still.
Okay.
All right, 15 gold pieces.
How about 14 since its style's so old?
She's gonna look at. It's like,
It
you
was
guys
in your
do
back
have
room
the
collecting dust.
discount. Sure, 14 gold pieces. And she'll, yeah, I threw it onto the party sheet. One set of fine clothes. Yes, any of you cold weather clothing?
And yeah, how much is the cold weather clothing anyway? Forgot.
The cold weather clothing is only 10 gold.
Oof.
But it'll
All right.
it comes with gloves, a hood, goggles, in addition to the fur coat.
Where do we sell these bloodstones that we were given?
Oh, well, I mean, you could trade them to me for stuff.
Oh,
I
I wish I
don't.
knew that before I bought everything.
She'll look at the coins that you gave her on the table. She's like, well, I mean, you're buying the fine clothes. That's 14 gold. The javelin, that's 2.5 gold. I mean, the bloodstone would still be worth more than that. Cold weather clothing. Are you gonna purchase this too, fine sir?
What if I get some of my gold back?
I mean, keep in mind, you are in business thanks to our heroic actions.
She's gonna mutter. She's like, she'll look at the fine clothes, the cold weather clothing. She'll like slide your gold back over the table, but then take like the fine clothes, the javelins, and cold weather clothing, and stack that up on one side. And she's like, well, you have about 20 gold more to purchase, sir.
I need more gold. All right. Let me see.
But she gave you your coin back, so the 2.5 gold and the 14 gold for the fine clothes she slides. So yes, 20 gold more for the jab. And then she's like, yes, anyone else? Anyone else?
I have a question. This is a game question. Do you see prestidigitation as being able to be used to dry clothing?
I think it can. Let me just read the spell itself, but I think it could warm.
So it can warm clothing, which I'm gonna honestly just say that I'm doing regularly in this environment.
Yeah.
But the real thing with it is it has the clean clothing, the ability to clean clothing, whether or not that includes getting liquid off of a piece of clothing. I googled this and I see people who are in favor of it, but it's not written into the rule clearly, which is why
Yeah,
I'm asking about
I'm
this. So
gonna
it's up
say
to
you could dry your clothing with prestidigitation.
Okay, so
but
then
it's only 1 cubic foot each action, so that
It's
cold
it's
weather
yeah,
it'll
no,
take you a couple of minutes, yeah, to dry the
no,
whole
that
thing.
would be my assumption on this.
Yeah.
No worries. I don't even think I thought it was less than a cubic foot for the cleaning. I'll check on that.
Yeah.
All right, so that makes, but yeah, okay,
Mhm.
that was all I wanted to check. I thought it was I'm gonna look at that anyway because it might be better than I thought for the cleaning portion.
Yep. So
How big is it?
yes, come on. She's like rubbing her hands together. Anyone else? Rations, crampons, snowshoes, cold weather gear. Tents. You guys need tents, don't you?
I how much is a tent? How much are pintons? And how much is a ice? What is it? Ice axe? What the hell? I'm sorry.
Ice pick.
Ice pick.
Let's see. A tent is 2 gold, but 20 pounds. The ice pick, didn't we say it was 2 gold? Or 2, no, we said it was 2 gold. Yeah,
Yeah, 2 gold, 2 pounds.
2 pounds. There we go.
Sorry. That was the ice pick.
Yep.
Correct.
All right. And I just realized something. So the tents that we have can house us already, right?
It could house 2. Yeah, you guys all kind of fit into the 2 tents because 3 of you are small.
Yeah.
Or yeah, so.
And one
Well,
person
no,
that has
2
a
of
tent
you are
is extra
small
large.
and 1 is medium, the dwarf. So.
I feel like a dwarf would take up less vertical space. Like you could easily Tetris this to work out differently because people have different dimensions. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a matter of like falling asleep. So like one would be, yeah.
All right. Because that's a lot of weight to carry for a little bitch like myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that's why I'm not carrying anymore.
Yeah, that's gonna put me close to the maximum. All right. So what was it?
Rattlebone, I mean, Nash, you hear Nash and Finn complaining about weight and carrying everything and not being loaded down. Would you say anything to them?
Well, so here's the thing. Sorry, this is we just met. We're gonna go do this mission together, but who knows what happens when we all separate then? So the thought on weight would, I feel like at this point, be like we don't know what's gonna happen. So Rattlebone already has a tent. It would be a question of us getting Rattlebone to carry a second tent that we would then have to carry if we ever parted.
True.
But
True.
I recognize that the nature of this game, that's not where this is going to go, but just my character is going to be looking for is not going to be considering this as long term yet.
Yeah. Well, remember, Eliza's still trying to sell you everything and anything.
So the tent was what, 20 gold? Wait, no.
No,
20
the
pounds
20 pounds, but I
and gold.
believe.
How much are what is it? Is it climbing pintons?
Yes. I believe that you get a stack of 10. Hold on 1 second. Oh, each one is 5 copper pieces.
Each one is 5 copper pieces. How much do they weigh?
A quarter of a pound.
Okay, so I would want to get it in like a stack of. Well, I mean, I would just drag it onto my inventory. And they're all. Wait, sorry. Repeat the cost again. Each.
Somebody linked it.
5
in
copper,
chat.
right? You said
There we go.
5 copper.
Mhm.
Sorry, my mathematics not
that's
so good
fine.
right now.
Remember,
Want
10
this open.
copper for 1 silver.
Yep.
10 silver, 1 gold.
I did not know that earlier, and when I bought breakfast, I had to go on Google on my other screen.
I could have just asked.
For some reason, well, no, people were talking at the time. I don't want to interrupt. I can't actually open the Pinton thing.
Hold on 1 second.
I'm just gonna look it up. That's all I'll do.
You yeah, if you click on items, you could always just.
I can just search for it. That's fine.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe yes, I hadn't done it earlier. Was I?
All right, but yes, so he's being helped. Yeah, Nash is over there talking to God, I just blanked on his name. And Eliza's like rubbing her hands together while she's looking at Bob, saying, "Yes, come on, 20 gold. Come on, buy more stuff.
Yeah,
Right,
or you give me the gold back."
You got any caltrops?
Caltrops, yes. Hold on. And she runs to the back. She looks through everything. She's like, "Yes, caltrops. Here's a bag of 20, 1 gold."
Hey, manacles?
Yes, manacles. Right back. Two gold.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just browsing all your wares.
She'll just keep nodding her head. Yes, yes.
And if you
We
have
got
any
everything an
recommendations-
adventuring would need.
I'm open to recommendations.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Well, if you're heading to Targos, best place for fishing. You definitely want to grab that fishing tackle. Right,
Yeah.
right, Finn. Right. It's
Oh
fishing.
yeah, no doubt. I mean,
Uh,
we're
I don't-
miles
I don't-
ahead.
I
I
mean,
don't eat fish.
if you're camping out in the wilderness, you might want a hunting trap. I mean, we gotta have some of those in the back.
I
You
don't
got
eat
some.
small animals or animals in general.
Oh, what do you eat?
Vegetables, mushrooms, stuff like that.
Okay, mushrooms are good. We got
You have any-
rations. They're like fruit bars, dried
Yeah.
fruit. I mean,
How much?
maybe beef jerky. Rations. Probably 2 silver pieces.
I'll take 10.
For a day's worth, or 5 silver pieces for a day's worth. Sorry.
Oh, five. Okay. I'll take 10.
But yes, you get the beef jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and some nuts. So
Okay.
we might have added an extra bit of nuts instead of the hardtack, but yes.
Okay, I'll take 10.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be caught without any rations out there.
I have 10 of my own, but they're mostly mushrooms.
I
All
can't
right.
find.
So bloodstone gem, right? Yes, mine. Do you need anything else?
Well, how much do I have left?
She's probably gonna fudge some math. You got 10 of those.
Finn's gonna ask if you can throw in an extra water skin.
Should be 11.
17. 20. 23. 34. About 35 worth of gold so far
15
from
left?
everything in the party sheet. Yes.
All right.
A water skin. Yes, a spare water skin. Because, you could eat snow. You just have to melt it first and have a place to hold it. 2 silver pieces, Finn. How about, hold on, let me check oh, you're adventurers. How about a potion of healing? Here we go. 50 gold.
Oh, that seems expensive.
I was dying.
50 gold.
For a potion of healing, come on. Every adventurer's friend.
What does the potion of healing do?
Yes, about that discount. 45 gold pieces for our saviors.
No, I was gonna say, do I get 2 silver back for my crampon purchase?
Yes. Yes, sorry. Remember to add the 10% discount.
Oh, I will.
On the prices. I keep forgetting, but yeah. But yes, for everything in the party sheet so far, it's not 50 gold yet. But yeah.
Do you need any crossbow bolts?
That's a good reminder. I think I am okay for the moment, but thank you.
I could dump quite a bit on crossbow bolts.
Well, the problem is I'm not confident I can actually hit things with the crossbow based on recent experience, so it may not be a great investment.
Well,
I'm pretty
more of
confident
it,
that you can.
better. If you have more crossbow bolts, it gives you more chances.
That is true. That is true. Hold on. What is what we're looking for? So sorry. Wait. What does the potion of healing do?
It heals you when you're hurt. It mathematically it gives you 2d4 plus 2 of healing.
Got it. It would stabilize someone. That's
It would
down.
stabilize them if they're down. So yeah, if your friend goes down, you better hope you have a potion of healing to make him chug it to, keep him from dying.
All right.
Wait, how much? Hold on one second. How much is the potion of healing was 50 gold, right?
Yes, so like 45. We'll just
Okay. What are our stones? The stones are valued at what?
50 gold. But she's going to try to not give you the full price. But yes. So yes, 1 bloodstone, 1 potion of healing. Equal trade.
I'll do that actually. I will
So,
make
yeah.
that exchange with my bloodstone.
And
What,
do you think
if
you
it,
could carry it? Do you think you could carry 100 crossbow bolts?
I don't. Probably not. Probably not. I haven't been in the best of shape. What was I
So
gonna
yes,
say?
guys,
What I
she
was
happens
actually
to have.
sorry. What I was hoping for there was if it cost more than the stone was worth. I was gonna say we could try and work out the difference with cash between us. But it ended up working out
All right,
too well.
she only has 3 potions of healing in the back, guys. She's like, yes, 3 potion of healing, 1 potion of healing, 1 bloodstone. Who's up for it?
All right.
So, just a quick aside. I have 2 sets of arrows, and each arrow is worth or weighs a pound, and the other one is
It's because one of them had that 20 in parentheses at it. That happened with me in crossbow bolts when I made it, and it was it was collectively the 20 crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
But
So if you click on the singular arrow from, what is this? Singular arrow from.
The one without
Xanathar.
20 in parentheses.
Yeah, there you go. I just opened it up. Versus the player's handbook arrow, which is 20 in the thing. Yeah.
Right, Bob, how much money are you still looking to make up the difference on here?
15 gold.
Okay.
Oh, ball bearings. Do you got ball bearings?
Oh, that. And she runs to the back. And she does indeed have ball bearings, because adventurers need them. I got 2 bags. 2 bags of ball bearings.
Okay, anybody want some ball bearings? I'll take 1.
Okay, 1 gold. 1 gold each bag.
Anybody?
I will take a set of ball bearings.
All right, so I'll buy both those ball bearings.
Okay, two bags of ball bearings.
That's 13 gold left.
Yes.
Right. Hold on. Oh, do you sell sand?
Yes, we have a bag of sand. 1 gold, because there's no sand here. But yes, we do have a bag of sand. Just 1 though.
Hey, is it fine sand?
Can I see the sand first, and then I'll make a decision?
She's gonna sigh. She's gonna go to the back. You hear more shoving, like cursing, and then she brings out this bag. She puts it on the counter. She opens it up slightly, takes like her 2 little index 2 fingers, and squeezes a little pinch. See, sand. It's fine, clearish sand.
Clearish.
Like tannish when you actually get close to it, but yeah.
Where's it
Like
from?
beach sand. Luskin.
Okay, I will take that sand. I can't, in a good mind, have the good person pay for sand that I'm going to use in potentially dishonorable ways to them. So I will pay for that. I just needed to remember this.
What? 1 gold, please.
Yeah, you would. I can whittle.
Ooh, fuel for fires. That's something that we need.
Oh yeah, fuel for fire. Yes.
We got some oil. Do you want like a flask of oil, or
Is there any chance there's a barrel of oil?
I don't have a barrel in the back. I have a cask of whale oil. That's 25 gold.
Damn, that's not as.
It's 50 pounds for a whole cask of oil.
Yeah. I would have expected that. That could be more. That's
All right.
crazy. I guess actually this entire area only exists because of whaling. Actually, I'm
Yes.
confident
Yes.
about that, so that makes sense.
You know that everybody burns whale oil, so we have a
Well,
cask of whale oil, and
interesting.
you could also get a flask of oil, for one.
I mean, that's really just how, like, that's the only reason that communities exist in these freezing areas. All right.
I'll go for 3 oil flask if you have.
3 oil flasks. Got it.
What do people normally
1
burn for
silver piece
fires?
each. I mean, if you're
Uh,
by
let me-
lonely wood or good mead, wood, but if you're not, oil.
So it's a lamp. You can't really make like a fire.
Do you have any whittling wood?
She's
Carving
gonna
wood?
she's gonna go to the back. It's like she'll come out with it's like, well, I was gonna use this wood to make a couple of wood pipes, but I mean, it's just a wooden staff right now. Is
Oh man,
this what you want?
nah.
I don't know how much to charge for wood. Because
All right.
Bryn Shandir wouldn't be the place for wood. That would probably be lonely wood or good mead. It's like, yeah, if you're looking for good like whittling wood, that's good mead or lonely wood. Maybe even tourmaline.
We probably want pintons and hammers, or the ice picks, as well.
Did you want that ice pick?
So I can't actually find ice pick in the items. I see the one that you pasted, but I can't actually find a legitimized version of it. What is the extent
'cause
of the ice pick's use?
Basically, if you're climbing, I'm just gonna say it gives you advantage to use it
Do you
while
need 2, or
climbing.
do you just get just 1 is fine?
Just the one is okay. I'm just gonna roll on it.
I'll take an ice pick.
Okay. 1 ice pick, 2 gold.
Okay. Still 11.
How many bolts did you say you wanted?
He said he didn't want any.
Oh, well, what about arrows? Everybody always needs arrows.
Do you need any arrows?
I'm stock full of arrows.
A stock full of arrows.
What about
My quiver overfloweth.
Do you guys need grappling hooks?
grappling
Ooh.
hooks? Yes, we have those.
All right, I'll buy 5 grappling hooks for everybody.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes, 2 gold each. That is over your limit. And you are good to go.
Oh,
So
I still have 1 good gold, man. Doing the math wrong.
she's gonna mutter a little bit.
And don't forget my 10% discount.
She's gonna nod her head.
All right. Last thing.
All right,
Something for
I'm gonna
me.
take one of the grappling hooks and throw it on Drongo's inventory. So I haven't heard from him since last week, so we shall see.
I'll take a miner's pick.
Miner's pick. Yes, yes. Perfect.
That's a gold.
Yep.
All right.
Now for the bloodstone.
I will buy an ice pick. I'm gonna buy an ice pick. I'll use my own cash for this audit, obviously.
Okay.
How much is it? 2, you said?
Yeah.
Yep, 2 gold.
That's 2 with the discount?
It's gonna be like 1 gold, 8 silver, I believe.
Okay. So
I
Um,
handed the bloodstone, and I delete it from my
32
inventory.
and 2.
okay, and everything in the parcel items is all yours. Matt, are you just grabbing the ice pick and putting it on your sheet?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I've been doing it for everything else. Oh, I should grab a grappling hook, right? He was a big
Yes,
spender.
there's 4 grappling hooks, 3 grappling hooks in the party sheet. Remember
Oh, I just
Rattlebone?
dragged one from the items bit.
Oh, well, then I'll put it down to 2.
You're a monster, Brian. You're a
Yeah.
monster. This is my ice pick.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, okay.
2 grappling hooks. Rattlebone, he bought you a grappling hook.
How much are the oil flasks?
It was 1 silver piece each.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Can you drop two more into there?
Yep.
So I can grab 2 out.
Who's buying?
What is it? Bob sold or used his bloodstone gem in collateral and bought a whole bunch of stuff, including 1 grappling hook for each person in the party.
Jesus Christ, I have to drag each one.
If you hold shift, you could drag the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the grappling hook and appraise it and ask if they mind while looking
It's
up
all
at the
yours.
rafters.
It's all yours.
I'm gonna attempt
Yeah.
to use the grappling hook indoors.
Yep. All right. Give me a dex check, please. And in the tower, so I could see how funny I want to make this.
A save or an ability check or
Just a dex check, yeah, or acrobatics if you have it. Right? That's correct. Or athletics. What would that be, Tab? Do you remember off the top of your head?
For a grappling hook?
Yeah.
Any,
It's dexterity.
any of that.
Yeah.
Dex check and acrobatics, any of those could apply.
Yeah. All right.
You pick what seems reasonable.
Brian, that's all you.
well, in that case, I'm gonna go with athletics.
All right. So you throw this thing with all your might, and it goes up and straight back down and hits you in the face. Yes.
That
So
wasn't so bad.
Elza's gonna laugh.
Well, you know the I had to offset for the new gear that's in my pack. It was throwing everything off a little bit to the face, apparently. All right, I'll get it next time.
She's gonna nod her head. And you guys think you should be about heading out now? It's probably it's probably afternoon, getting close to noon. Like, remember, the sun's gonna be setting in about 2 hours. What sun there is?
Who didn't take their grappling hook?
I didn't take one, but I put
Yeah.
it in through the chart.
So just clip it.
Yep.
All right, fellas. Hey, big guy, you want to carry the manacles for me? I think it would be better for you to carry if we're gonna pin somebody down and manacle them.
Oh, by the way, this is.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
There we go.
How do I give them this stuff?
Put him back in the party sheet.
There you go. Put it back in the party sheet.
Yep. So Elza's gonna say, good shopping with y'all. Remember, we're always here. Always have adventuring gear and whatever comes up with the traders. Bryn Shandir usually gets it first.
Yeah. Take care. And Bob is like noticeably haggard as he's carrying all this stuff. And he's powering through it. The tent is like falling over.
You're actually walking at half speed right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The tent is too much.
Give me some of that milk, man. You obviously can't handle it.
Rattlebone, did you let him give him something to carry? Seems like the
Anybody?
tent and the miner's pick are some of the heavier things on you.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if
Yep.
I could carry this.
What'd you get it for if you can't carry it?
Oh, you never know, man.
All right,
Way
guys.
too
Oh,
much.
that's
You'll
much
end up
better.
falling right through the ice.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For some reason, they make this armor that I'm wearing, for people my size, but it's still just as heavy. It's I don't know. They make it denser or something? I don't have no clue.
All right, so you guys head up. You head out from Black Iron. You head over to what is it? The North Gate, I believe.
Well, if
I
we're
don't
heading to Targos, and we better head soon to catch what little light we have. Really, we're going to catch the warmth to make our way towards Targos.
Yeah, it might even get to 0 degrees today.
I just realized I forgot something. I need a sack because my sack full of dwarf is out there. I'll go back in and buy a freaking sack.
Yep,
Here you
she'll
go.
just sell you a sack for whatever the amount of money is. All
Strong
right.
enough to carry that?
And then I come back up. Well, sorry.
Finn, you know the way, so what are you doing?
Oh, to the North Gate then. Let's go.
All right. Can I get a survival check in the tower from whoever for the first hour of travel at
Alright.
the North Gate?
This time I'm going to use my navigator's tools.
Ooh,
I'll help him with that.
advantage.
Since I'm
He
about
already has
survival.
advantage, so you can make your own roll since you have survival, right? Yeah. All right. Rattlebone, did you want to make your own roll?
No, I just give him advantage.
He already has it from
Oh,
using his navigator's tools.
no, I'll do the same then because I got. Oh, I didn't buy navigator's tools. So I have
Yeah.
navigator's tools.
So you just have normal roll, but all right. So yeah, Finn, you start heading out the North Gate, and Rattlebone, you're gonna look at him and look at the bare dimmest bit of light, and then look back at Finn, and then you look back at him. You're like, shouldn't we be heading west, not north?
It says right here on the compass, right, west, that way. Let's go.
Yep.
That's the second time that's happened, and I'm beginning to think he's been hit in the head one too many times.
That's what Finn got on his advantage roll with the bonus.
Wow.
What? Jeez.
You dropped a 2.
Jeez.
All right, so for the first hour, yeah, you guys get, instead of the full hour's worth of time, I'm gonna say you didn't actually let him know for about 15 minutes, so you're about 15 minutes behind the hour track, so it's gonna take you another hour and 15 minutes. But nothing happens on the road to Targos so far. Need another survival check. After about an hour of walking through the snow, your snowshoes are coming in handy. You're getting some big drifts thanks to the blizzard that came through earlier. Finn, are you still going to have your navigator's tool out?
This time I'm going to not trust it and just roll normally.
All right, Rattlebone, you see Finn putting his compass away and just walking off, and you're going to shake his head. You're like, West! West! And just kind of point off to the bare glimpses of light coming through, even though the twilight's coming. You point to the direction of the twilight showing up, and you're like, West is that way.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd show you guys the scenic route. Given that, well, I mean, it's really not the scenic route, but it's one of my favorite routes. Anyway, we'll do it next time. Yeah, let's go west this time.
Oh yeah. After about 2 hours, you're still approximately 30 minutes from Targo. So just one final survival check to get you through. Finn, this time you know exactly where you're going. You see some trees that well, you see a tree, it's kind of dead at the moment. You see a tree that you're like, Targos is that way, right there. Yep, we're coming home. And you guys make it to Targos. Welcome to Targos, guys.
Yay.
Hold on one second.
Home.
All right. So, let's see. Of course, I did not link this. It's easily fixed. There you go. Finn, this is your hometown. You know all these places. You know that Triglio is
Oh,
the
boy, this is really tiny.
yeah. Well, I just zoomed in.
And now this is on a lake. This isn't on the ocean, right?
Yes, this is on a lake. There's 3 lakes. But Brian, I'm pretty sure you would have told them that Targos is known for the biggest fishing fleet in 10 towns.
Oh yeah, I would brag about that.
Okay. What would you be up for in Targos? Where would you head? Brian?
What I put it on for?
I just said hold on.
Oh, me or you?
Sorry, Mom's talking. What was that again?
Oh. No, when you get to Targos, there's only about 1,000 people in Targos. You know that the Luskin Arms is the inn over there. It's kind of run down, but it's the oldest inn in 10 towns. So it's kind of showing its wear a little bit.
I would
But
try actually to hit up the town militia and ask them if there's been any recent murderings lately.
Good answer. Good answer.
Okay. You would be able. You know that the speaker, Nerith Mandinar, he lives over at the Luskin Arms. Would you go try to see him? You know, like he controls the militia, but the militia is just, you know, people that work in the town and, you know, kind of can go help out when there's trouble in the town, but only the speaker could call them.
I'm
And
gonna
you
look around town of just perceive if there's any like extra commotion about in general first before going over there.
you think everything pretty much looks like normal. You know that there's been a murder, but it's not hasn't been spread out loud. It's more of one of those things muttered about in the back of the inns. You know, the only people who really know about that are the, you know, the people who try to keep the town quiet. You know, the guards. That's about it. It's not really like an every person out loud, oh, there's been a murder. It's more of like a hidden back thing. But you do know somebody from Targos has been killed.
Do I know who it was or not?
You didn't know the person, but hold on 1 second. Yeah, you just know that a person was killed in Targos. 1 second. Of
In that
course,
case,
you
I
know.
will go to the head of the militia at Luskin Arms, or at least suggest that we go there to the rest of the party. If
Would you
nothing
guys
else, to warm up after the trudge on over here.
would you guys head over there or
I will take Finbald's lead in anything that's going on in his hometown.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, looks like Luskin Arms then. You
okay?
guys are in for a treat if you're up for any stew.
Ooh, stew. Could use that once we get out of this cold.
So, yeah, we will head to Luskin Arms.
Okay. When you head to Luskin Arms, uh, you know, it's just the normal commoners there, which are basically, you know, the fishermen. And then if you look around, you see the speaker in his normal corner. You know that the speaker owns the greatest guest suite in Luskin Arms. His name is Nerith Maxa Dilnar. Um, but you know, the owner of the inn is Owen Tarsenal for the Luskin Arms. Oop, sorry about that. Let me just clear that.
So, I'll go over to Max, I guess, and ask him about if there's been any murderings.
It's like, Finn, keep it quiet. Yes, somebody was killed in Targos, but you know, mum's the word. Why are you interested in this? Where did you hear about this?
Well, the word's been going around, and I wanted to know, from the horse's mouth if it was true. I figured you'd know something about it, and if we could prevent something like this from happening again. Clearly, there's somebody out there doing some dirty work.
Yes, we think that possibly the guy who was murdered was maybe trying to not be one of the people in the lottery, as you know. He apparently hasn't been chosen for the lottery, but somebody found out that somehow his name didn't make it into the bag of names on the past new moon.
And who's in control of the lottery?
Well, you know I am, but I would never stoop through to bribery. You know me. Uh, I have no idea how his name. Like we always put all the names in the night before. Clearly, he must have stolen his name out of the bag when I wasn't looking at it one night. You know, I do stay at the inn here quite often. Perhaps he just, took it out. But yeah, just don't go spreading this around, Finn. This is only between you and me, right?
Yeah. Just me, you, the town guard, Jeff,
No,
Jim.
they don't know anything about the name. That I found out later. His name was crumpled up on the floor. Don't know how the other person found out that his name was found the following day crumpled up on the floor, but we are looking into it.
I will turn to the rest of the group. You guys satisfied with that answer?
Insight check.
Okay, in the tower?
Yep. Oh, I think it rolled on the table because my towel is too close.
Did it roll? Do you guys see that roll or?
No,
I didn't see it.
grayed out for us.
Okay. All right. You think he's telling the truth?
Okay. I don't know. I think he's telling the truth.
You know him better than we do.
Oh,
Andy,
I
you're fine.
didn't think he was lying. I just was asking if you guys are satisfied with that answer. I mean, we're gonna keep it nice and low, and mum's the word, right? And I'm not gonna be too quiet about saying this, but then I'll give him a big old wink. Mum's the word.
So Nerith's gonna look over at Finn, and he's gonna be like, "Why are you asking? Do you know who might have killed him?"
Me?
As an
He's looking
aside,
at Finn.
I totally forgot what was like given to us.
You remember that Trollbane told you guys that she thinks Sepet Caltro, who works at Torg's, which is her traveling caravan shop for 10 towns. He's one of her guards. You think he's been killing people. But Helen thinks it's because people weren't quite following the Frostmaiden, because he could totally stand the cold, so he has to have Frostmaiden's blessing somehow. But she wasn't sure exactly what's going on. But Nerith asked you, do you happen to know who may be killing him? Or do you think another person from Targos will be murdered?
Yeah, it would be in Finbel's character to blurt it out.
He'll just blurt out, "Oh, you're looking for Torgs then? Torg's caravan. You missed her. She came through yesterday, but she only stayed for about an hour, and then headed on to Bremen.
Ugh. Bremen. Ugh.
What's up with Bremen?
Why would anyone want to willingly go to Bremen? They
Nerds
must
gonna
be hiding
laugh.
something if they're going to go hide away in Bremen.
Yep. Do you guys want to take like a 10-minute break?
Yeah, I believe so. I actually need to see what Mom wanted, actually.
Okay. Yep. Feel free. 10-minute break, guys. Or 5-minute break, 10 minutes, whatever. Come back at 10:15ish. Sound good? 10:15. Yep.
All
Okay.
right, sounds good.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, everybody decided to take a break, so we'll come back in like 5 minutes. So feel free to
Okay.
get up and go grab something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you hear, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they said one murder in Targos, and our suspect went to Bremen.
Yeah, Bremen, which is a little town, which is, I believe, also northwest of us. Mostly west, I believe. Actually, no, just straight northwest. But we have to go around the lake a little bit, so mostly west to get there.
Faster to go by foot or by boat?
It would be faster to go by boat, I believe. It's also a fishing village. Bremen and Targos have a little bit of a rivalry.
You know that both Bremen's and Targos's docks are pretty much frozen. Basically, the way they get boats out, or basically everybody's been sliding the boats across the ice every morning, or because it's a good long walk. So to go to Bremen, it's overland. It's a 3-hour trip. It should be shorter than that, but the problem is the route that they had has been snowed through, and it's kind of a hidden trail. So you kind of have to know where you're going for Bremen. That's what takes it so much longer, is there's no actual road anymore. It's just like an overland trip. But, yep. Hold on one second.
So my thought is maybe we should try and see the murder scene. I don't know if that would give us any useful information.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if he happened to know who it was, and that way I could just like go to their house and all that stuff. But we didn't actually know who, and it's been under wraps. So
Yeah,
we didn't
it's
get that
been
information.
it's a hush, don't tell thing.
Someone important?
No, just a regular fisher, but with only about 1,000 people in town, anytime there's a murder, it's kind of hidden. But yeah, he's headed to Bremen. Sadly, I can't seem to find out anything about the 3 people who was murdered. I just know that the towns that they were murdered in. So yeah, one was murdered in Brinchindir, one was murdered in East Haven, and one was murdered in Targos. And Trollbane's theory was, those are the towns that sacrifice humans on the night of the new moon. So
Cool. I like these towns.
yeah. So
Just saying, in Luskin, there's a murder every day, and nobody really cares.
yeah, no, these are smaller towns. They just don't, they don't want it well known that there was actually a murder. More like, somebody just got too drunk and died.
Long sword died. Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They passed out in a snowdrift and never woke up again.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. So this is only Trollbane's theory. Now remember, she's asked you to find out if Sepik killed those people and why he's doing it, and to bring him to justice. So.
And was Torg?
No, Sepik Caltro is Torg's guide. Torga Icebane in her caravan. It's Torg's caravan that you're following, but Sepik is her guardsman, and the reason Trollbane tells you that you think that she thinks it's Sepik is because he could just stand out and take no notice about the cold. He doesn't wear any cold weather clothing as a odd style of dress. She thinks, or Trollbane thinks that He was blessed by the Frostmaiden.
Is he practically like naked or something?
No, just doesn't wear cold weather clothing.
Oh, okay.
He's out there making survival rolls without needing to, and always winning them.
Seems like something's mighty fishy with that guy.
Yep.
Even if he's not the killer, probably he's up to no good.
But she wants you guys to bring him to justice.
I think that's true for most doors.
What, they're not being up to any good?
Yes.
So I have a question for Finbald on the local customs here.
Yeah, shoot.
How is the sacrifice made? I know it's lottery, but
You want me to make this one up?
No.
Janet?
All right. So basically, the day before the new moon, everybody gathers with their name in a bag, and you know, a name is picked out, and the night of the new moon, that person walks out into the sun. I mean, that person could go try to like die to the cold, basically, or not come back to town, as kind of like a sacrifice to the Frostmaiden, so she could stop giving winter. Basically, the person's supposed to die due to the cold.
got it. That seems to have not worked so far. All right.
It's been 2 years, and you know.
How was this most recent person murdered?
You don't know exactly how. Remember,
They're
Trollbane
keeping
doesn't
it
know.
hush about it.
Yeah, they're keeping things hush hush about the murders. She just knows that 3 people were murdered, one in Bryn Shendir, one in Targos, and one in East Haven. And each of those towns sacrificed humanoids to Audriel. So she has an idea that probably, you know, the killer might have something to do with that. So she wants you guys to go find out if her hunch was true, and you know, bring the guy to justice and take him out for the 100 gold.
Without involving the authorities.
Yes, without involving the authorities. Because if the authorities are trying to keep things hush hush, you know.
Oh, all right, I understand. What kind of journey are we looking to go to? What was this last town?
Bremen. Remember, it's about
Bremen.
3 p.m. right now. It would be about another 3 hours to get to Bremen.
Three hours. What time? Do we know when they left town? Someone said it earlier, right?
No, they just know they only spent about an hour at Targos and then started heading to Bremen. And that was yesterday.
So can we find out what time the murder happened?
The murder was, hold on one second.
Or discovered, I
Okay.
should say.
It was, here we go. It was a halfling trapper in Easthaven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Bryn Shandir. So it was 3 days ago yesterday, so 4 days ago, a dwarven glassblower in Bryn Shandir. The human shipbuilder in Targos was sometime in the past month, along with the halfling trapper.
What do we know? What happened to the one that was killed? I'm assuming yesterday.
There was nobody killed yesterday. It was 4 days ago, so it would have been.
Wait, no. So the murder in Targos. When did that happen?
sometime in the past month. She didn't
Oh,
give an exact
interesting.
date. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So that murder that took place is what's it called? That murder that took place is unrelated to this guy traveling through here.
No, Trollbane thinks it's connected.
No, I get that. I get that. But when we got here, yeah, so when we got here and we found out someone was dead, that person who was murdered was apparently killed at some part of a prior incident as opposed to their most recent visit to this town.
Yes, there hasn't been a murder in Targos in the past week. There hasn't. She's talking about the murder that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Interesting. All right. So, oddly, this doesn't give us much to go on. Without a murder, there's no additional proof that this person's actually the killer.
Yeah,
We
so
can-
sometime.
Yeah, but if she's going to pay us to kill him, then we might as well.
Well, we could always go to the scene of the crime, and try to look up clues that maybe, possibly, were overlooked that might have lasted.
Ooh, that is good. That is good. But
I don't think you're going to find much.
the
Yeah,
Popo,
it's
yeah.
been- how many? It's been what? How long?
It's been at
Targos,
least
it's been a month.
10 days
Yeah,
since
10
the guy.
days.
At least
yeah.
10 days for Nareth to Nareth tells you.
And
It's like,
I'm gonna be honest.
It was just a
Po-
human shipbuilder. It's not
Two-
much left. I mean, he was
10
just killed
days.
out on the road.
What does 10 days means?
It's
20
like
days?
it's a score, right? Or
It's a week basically. 10
Oh.
days is 10 days, and there's 10 days in a month. If you click on the calendar at the top,
Okay.
right, yeah. If you I added on Altriac the 27th was when the guy was murdered in Brunchendier, but
Okay.
the other two was murdered sometime sometime earlier that month. The other two murders happened.
Okay. I mean, we could try. We could try and investigate. A week is quite some time, but not all evidence disappears that quickly.
Nerith's gonna look at you guys. It's like there's nothing to investigate. There's blood on the road. It snowed many a times, and we cleaned
Okay.
up
was
the
on the road.
area. As I said, between you and me, this is where it's staying. Nobody knows it was a murder per se, just a death. You know how these things work here, Finn. Don't want to set off a panic.
Well, there will always-
Times are hard enough as it is. There's no need to be panicking when, somebody happens to stumble on their knife.
Stumble on their knife. I think we now have a cause of death, at least.
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds
I mean, there
pretty
was no
legit.
knife next to him. It was just a hole.
Oh, so he stumbled on his knife so hard that it got propelled somewhere very far away.
Yeah,
Sounds legit.
well, see, like it was like a shard of ice through his heart. You know,
Oh, okay.
he stumbled
And
and,
then it
and
and then it
probably
melted.
yeah.
Yeah, with the blood. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Now it's gonna nod with Bob. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, Finn, hush, hush. All right, don't go spreading these bad rumors. Got enough to deal with the winter. Friggin' docks being frozen over.
Yeah, I don't need any more bad luck on my end.
See, you're with me there.
Hmm. in that case, I'm gonna try and basically huddle people away from the speaker.
Okay, you guys move off to the other side of the inn, and you guys get your own little table area to yourselves. You ask a couple people to move, Brian, but they move. They know you. They nod their head. You know, it's not like there's you know, not that much space in the inn. It's midday, so most people are out fishing, as you know. All right.
So the way I see it, guys, we're probably gonna be having to extract the truth out of somebody, one way or the other. Do any of you guys happen to be very good at convincing people to tell the truth? Because honestly, I'm not much of a wordsmith myself.
Rattlebone grins, showing all his teeth.
I can talk to him. What type of convincing?
Well, I mean, we're trying
Friendly
to see.
convincing or unfriendly convincing?
It would be great if we were to extract the truth and have him just confess his crimes and come willingly, but something tells me that's not going to be the case.
Come willingly. I thought we were going to kill him.
Whoa. We don't even know if this is the person who committed the crimes. We need to find out.
But she said figure out whether he's guilty and kill him if he is.
Exactly. Figure it out. We're not just going over there to break his skull in, are we?
I never heard it come quietly in that conversation.
This is true. But
I mean, I could try.
we need to
talk
bring
him.
back proof, and proof that can walk on its own is less of a burden.
I thought that's what the manacles were for.
She didn't ask for
Yeah,
proof.
that was my idea.
She said we needed to figure out if he was guilty. If he was, deal with him.
I
Well,
could try to talk to somebody.
Look, I find these things frequently resolve themselves when a situation occurs. Perhaps we can table this discussion to a later date.
You hit it in the head and it's problem solved.
Listen, I could try to persuade them to talk, but as far as correlating the information, I don't know. It's beyond me. Yeah, so
You
if
just
somebody
somebody
with me,
with me, maybe you can
decipher what they're talking about.
I think we should just, perhaps we should work to catch up with them. They have a caravan. They've got to be moving slower than us. They left yesterday. That means, I guess they
They
could
don't
have
have horses or whatever. What do they use up here for pack animals and transportation?
Dog
Mules?
sleds, ice beaks. Yeah, either a dog sled or ice beaks.
about walruses.
I haven't really.
What's a walrus?
Oh, here, I have a little statue of one. I showed him my wooden carving of a walrus, which I imagine would actually interest someone who is interested in whittling.
That's
They're pretty
weird.
good
The
looking.
same
They
thing
are.
right here. Huh. And I
Oh,
pull out
interesting.
mine. So that's what this is. Oh, it's a walrus. Hmm.
So how much does a dog sled and dogs cost? A lot.
Yeah.
That's
Remember,
probably
you have to feed the dogs as well.
Oh, we could always feed them rations.
I mean, we start off with double the number of dogs we need to get there, and by the end of it, some of the dogs are eating the other dogs to get us the full way.
Good too.
That's a little messed up.
You guys do realize it's only a 3-hour walk. You already made
Yeah,
a
I know.
3-hour
No,
walk.
no.
I'm talking about speed, so
Yeah.
not distance.
You do know Torg's already left yesterday.
Yeah,
And
I
he
mean,
only
look,
spent an hour here in Targos, so
they're bringing other stuff. They have to stop and probably sell things. We will catch up with them eventually. It's just whether we're catching up with them at this stop or the next stop. Because if we get to the next town, we have to rest overnight, and then we can possibly make 2 legs again when they're probably only making 1 at best.
Overnight in
3 hours. Nice.
And on a side note, what are we doing about these chewinga things?
It's a good question. If I guess we can have the lamp on during this travel.
I mean, I've been carrying this thing and I don't know what to do with it.
Hey,
are you
see
gonna
that,
light it up?
lantern?
I mean, okay, I'll light it up.
All right. You're gonna light it up, and the lantern is normal color, which means there's no chewingas within 300 feet of it.
Huh.
Well, no elementals like chewingas within 300 feet.
We're nowhere near these chewingas, I think. Think that's what that means?
Can I
Didn't
see
you say it
this
would change color?
lantern real quick?
Okay.
Um,
I,
I'm gonna go and look it over to see if it is an actual magical lantern or not, using the best of my abilities.
Can I get an Arcana check in the tower?
yeah, put it in the party sheet.
Seeing his interest, I would like to examine this as well. I will do it after he does.
Yeah, Brian, from what you could tell, you think there's magic on the lamp, but it seems to be functioning normally. I mean, have you ever run into a lantern of tracking? You know there's some kind of magic-y feeling in you for. Oh. And you know, like you've had hood lanterns before, so you know it's gonna burn for 6 hours on a pint of oil.
Hey, do I have to keep refilling this thing?
Every
Or
time
is
you
it magical and it doesn't have to refill?
I thought it was magic.
Yeah,
That
that's
they
what
were
I
the
thought.
energy
magical, but you
source.
still need it. It's magical in that it changes to green when an elemental's around.
I say. So this
so
is
maybe we
something
should
that we
turn
would.
this off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, turn it off.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take it back. Unless you're not done looking at it, are you?
No, it's I just wanted to make sure that it's not just some regular old hooded lantern. I mean, it looks a lot like mine, but
Okay.
looked a little bit different. Just wanted to make sure.
All right.
Well, so we should head to Bremen tonight.
Yeah, well, let's go
Yeah,
right now.
it's only about 3 p.m. So you think you could make it to Bremen before,
Let's go right now.
Right.
Now, honestly, guys, I won't actually be much help getting us to Bremen. I mean, I'm usually pretty good at getting as far away from Bremen as possible. So,
What's so bad about Bremen?
I mean, it's easier to list the things that are good about Bremen. And, I mean, its proximity to Targos is a nice thing, I guess. That's one thing that Bremen has for it. But aside from that, yeah, there's nothing good about Bremen.
Are you saying there's a bunch of fork worshippers there?
So some of the commoners in the inn over here, you talking about Bremen? They're like, yep, Finn's got the right of it. Bremen's no good. Terrible, terrible town. I mean, everyone knows Targos has the best fishing. The best fishing on Mar Dalton. No need to go to Bremen at all, stupid town. And
worst town.
Yeah.
I don't see why people live there. I mean, they gotta be killers and cutthroats if they're going to Bremen. Huh.
That makes more sense, doesn't it? Well, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Well, if we're heading there, everyone be on your guard. You don't know what type of people are going to meet there.
I hope.
So Brian,
Hope
you
we don't
know
get
that
stabbed.
usually you would take a boat to Bremen, but the docks for Targos and Bremen are both frozen over. So you could just walk on over and cross the river. So that's going to be a river of ice. So, yep. When you get to the ice, I'm going to have the people not wearing crampons make some
We all have crampons now, though, don't we?
Yeah, I thought we all stocked up.
I don't know if everybody bought them, but yeah. So,
I'd gotten them previously from somewhere.
no, okay. All right. So yeah, if you have
I thought the dwarf gave us some.
No, they
No,
get
they get
snowshoes.
Snowshoes.
Yep. I think
I got
you bought
snowshoes
them.
and
Oh, I
crampons.
bought them. Yeah, I bought them at the end
Yeah.
of last session. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So you guys head out of Targos, and remember, there's no real trail. You're just heading west along the water and then crossing the river. So you're going to be walking through snow. You all have snowshoes and you all have crampons. Can I get a survival check for the first hour of travel?
Wait, is that for traveling?
Just to see, if you run into
I will
anything.
assist somebody else. I'm not going to actually lead on this one.
All right. Tab, roll again, just for the extra advantage. All right. Thanks to Finn, you realize you were kind of veering a little bit to the south, or a little bit too far to the north, closer to where the ice is getting thin. And he heads you back towards the west a little bit more before you head out across the river. So you guys are good for about the first hour. Can I get another survival check? Then, Finn, you're still giving advantage? Yeah, you're supposed to do that with advantage tab. All right. Sadly, you guys get a little bit turned around. Snow's coming in really hard. It's not a full blizzard, just a thick snowstorm. And you guys try to veer a little bit more west than north because of the previous way. So you guys spend an extra 30 minutes in your travel. So you're only about half the way to Bremen at this point. All right. Sorry about that. Another survival with advantage.
I think at this point I'll roll
Okay.
one for myself. Or never mind.
Sorry, it was already on the thing.
Yeah.
Dropping in the tower.
It's all right. You guys are actually, you're able to talk with each other, figure it out, head the correct way. All right. You think you see a town in the distance about an hour away, but you're not quite sure due to the heavy snow. It's just very vague. The sun's already gone down, but you think you're heading in the right direction. You think you'll get there in about 30 minutes.
With that, I will say that we should light up that Chewinga detector, since we're
Okie
getting close to Bremen. I mean, there are all sorts of magical hoo-has over there, I'm guessing, worshipping the Ice Queen. We should find some sort of elemental, hopefully.
I'll turn it on and look for Chewingas.
Okay. A lantern's burning a normal color. But you guys believe.
Okie dokie.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Need to get the keyboard out. you guys make it into Bremen? It's one of the smallest towns in
If you can call it a town.
yeah.
It's like
Everybody
an
got
outpost
that?
got too big for its own good.
So yeah. There's maybe about 150 people in this town. It's really tiny. But as you guys are coming across the river, you're gonna be crossing right by the docks. And when you cross right by the docks, you're gonna see this what is it? Dwarf, I believe. Second? Yes. You're gonna see this dwarf who's standing over by a pair of rowboats over here, and he's just gonna start looking at you guys, peering at you guys, looking around. And he's like, "Oi, oi, you! Good, you're here. Get to it, Ingrits. Those fish are not gonna catch themselves."
I'm going to, on impulse, start going to it. Where are they directing me?
Right into one of the rowboats. Right. Hold on one second. You see right here, there's two rowboats. Do you take a look at these rowboats?
Yes.
Do you notice that? Can I get a perception check? Okay. Yeah, you notice handily. You know your boats, Brian. And it looks like there's a small chunk missing out of one of the rowboats. I mean, it's still you could still travel on it. It's not affecting its seaworthiness or lake worthiness. You think the rowboat's fine to travel. It just looks like it was bitten, maybe. And then the dwarf is gonna stomp his feet, blow into his hands with the gloves on. It's like, I've been waiting an hour here for you guys. I hired you, and then you just don't show up. You guys remember we were going to pay 5 copper pieces for each knucklehead trout you guys could bring in.
I'm going to slowly turn towards the other adventurers and be like, "Yep, you heard right. 5 copper pieces. It ain't an easy life."
Starts grumbling. Yeah, that's what we agreed to last night. Like, we were over at the tavern, over at 5 Tavern Center. And we might have went to another tavern after that. Probably the one next to it.
All right, this is a hustle. This is a hustle.
I turn to Finbuild like, is my brain exploding? Did we really? I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm not
All right.
too certain myself, but
Hold on. I make an insight roll to see if I think that this guy's trying to pull some funny shit.
Okay.
There's the tower.
Okay, you think he's kind of telling the truth? I mean, you're not sure if it's the actual truth, but it's the truth of what he believes.
Okay, so he seems genuine
Yes.
in his belief that we somehow communicated with him about catching trout.
Yes. Like, and starts
Catch him with the
mumbling.
drink last night. Let's go.
What
You
did
guys
you
have any
say, Tab?
conversations while you were almost dead?
I don't
Tab, what did you
remember.
say?
I said he was drunk last night. The dwarf, obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, that has no bearing. I remember we made an agreement, 5 copper pieces a head of knucklehead trout. That's it. Here's my boats. They need the crew, and you guys need to head out. So he's gonna count on his finger. I thought there was 4 of you, not 5, but you 5 could fit in the boats. Fine, just you tall peoples go 1 to each, or all 3 of the little ones in one boat. Whichever way you guys have it.
But we just got here. Listen, sir. I don't know who you were speaking to, but I do not recall ever seeing your face or agreeing to any of this. We literally just got here. It blows my mind that you think that we are the people that you hired.
He's gonna start frowning and grumbling a dwarf about people being rude and wasting time. Guys, time is better spent angling than yapping. Get in the boats. I'll still pay you 5 copper pieces per caught trout. So, take it or leave it.
5 copper pieces.
Easy choice. Start to walk away.
I try to persuade him, and knowing his error of his ways, that we are not the people he's looking for.
He's gonna start grumbling. He's start cursing in dwarvish. It's like, then those damn fools never showed up.
Yes,
Start
I'm
grumbling.
sorry, sir.
So,
Maybe
And then-
something happened to them.
who was these fools that you were originally talking to? Because apparently we're not them.
He's gonna grumble. Start. The fools at the tavern I was at last night. I mean, we did go around to a couple of them. 5 Tavern Center. You don't only stay at one tavern when there's another one right next door. It might be a better party at the other one. And he starts grumbling, and then coming up behind you guys, right at the end of the end of the dock, you hear some footsteps. And here we go.
They need to drink to forget they're in Bremen.
There's another figure coming, covered head to toe in cold weather clothing, and the figure starts wagging a finger. You have no honor, barrel bore. It's pulling down like the woolen muffler is a half elven face. You're sending these innocent people to their deaths, and for what? A few fish? And he's gonna grumble. Pay no mind to this fool. He's like, did you tell them about the monster? And then he starts cursing at the half elf in dwarvish before like stomping his feet and turning back to Finbuild since he was the only one heading to the boat. Get to work! And he starts stomping away at a back to the little house right at the beginning of the dock. And it's like so after the whole being cursed out, Tally's gonna introduce. She's like, "Hi, my name's Tally. Getting the feeling Grants don't like me very much, or anyone who steps between him and the gold swimming in this here lake. Tally. I'm just studying the local animal life here in Icewind Dale. I just couldn't stay silent and watch another crew fall victim to the monster of Mar Walden."
I mean, you got to be more specific. I mean, there's a lot of monsters underneath that water there. I
So-
mean, a lot of monsters. Umberlee, I mean, sends them left and right, take out sailors all the time. You got to be way more specific.
She's gonna point to the rowboat that you notice had a bite in it, and she's like, "Oh, I mean, I think there's this monster that only attacks Bremen fishing parties. They, the ones with our flag. We haven't found any other ships are being attacked, except the ones with the Bremen flags to suffer from these attacks. And I'm just here to make sure that Barrowbore doesn't get some innocent people who don't know about the monster to go die for him, just like the last group that sailed or that went out on that rowboat. That boat was just found the day after, and the crew was never seen again.
Oh.
I mean, some say it was the size of an ox, or a house, or a whale, or like a really, really big knucklehead. But some people say it's like lizardly, or it has a really big neck. Uh,
Can I
I mean,
investigate the bite?
yeah.
Ooh,
Mhm. Feel free.
what would I think it would be?
You would think it's one of the monsters of the lake. Yep, definitely one of the monsters in the lake. It had teeth. Definitely has teeth.
I'm guessing that wasn't too great of a roll.
Well, you identified it wasn't a beak.
Oh man, I am on fire tonight.
What? No. What would we roll? Nature?
Yeah, he tried to roll like an investigation because he was investigating the bite mark.
Can I
But
do
to think
nature?
of like what animal it might be, you could roll in nature. Yeah, let you do that. All right, Bob, you study this. You think that maybe it was a plesiosaur? Maybe? But usually they just eat fish. I mean, usually plesiosaurs just eat the knucklehead trout themselves. They don't really go after boats. Haven't really heard of one that would go after a boat. But they know the difference between boats and fish. And Rattlebone, you would think the same thing. Boats, fish, plesiosaur doesn't compute. But Tally's gonna look at you investigating the bike marks. Like, well, I mean, if you guys do take Barrelbore up on his offer, I can't really offer you much, but if you do run into the monster, uh, I, I, I would, offer you my gratitude if you could just write down any information you have on the nature of this monster. I mean, if we know what's out there, then we could always like prepare and be safer for it. So she's gonna hand you her notebook. It's like, well, I mean, I am a research scientist here to research the animals of the area, so that would be a good find if you do end up going after for his trout. Though I mean, it is kind of late tonight. I assume you wouldn't be heading out tonight unless you fish overnight. I mean, you don't really tell that there's much difference these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, technically, isn't it night all the time?
Yeah.
It just gets a little bit colder, is all.
So I mean, you could spend the night in one of the inns here, probably over at Bury Treasure. That's where I spend my time. Maybe try to see if Cora could get you some kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, if you could help us out and let me know anything about the beast if you run into it, that would be great. Though I don't want you guys going after it just for 5 copper pieces of trout. I mean, know that you might be harmed.
Would I be
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna nod to Finbuild and see What does Half Elf knows about the dwarf?
Oh, uh, Errolbar? Yeah, he was just probably drunk. I mean, he keeps trying to hire people to take care of his boats after.
No,
after
not
the
that
crew-
dwarf.
Oh, which dwarf? Which one?
Yeah, which dwarf are you talking about?
Caravanner.
Oh, Torgs. He was like, oh, yeah, Tor came by for like an hour yesterday, but she's already gone. She was going overland to Lonelywood. Said she had some places to check to see if she could get any, little knickknacks for, sometimes she's able to find some stuff in the snow, but or whatever she finds her things. She was heading over to Lonelywood. They didn't even stay the night.
Keep heading out and finding this lady at Lonelywood, or help with this and then go there.
Or we could take one of
I mean,
these boats and go across the lake, make there quicker.
If we had some time, maybe we could build like some kind of structure on the boat so that we can deter, attacks from a creature of that size.
On a rowboat? I think we'd need a bigger vessel than that.
Ah,
We're gonna
Right,
need
yeah,
you know
you
that's
know
right.
that around.
What is our potential reward for this?
Oh, for
What he
for
said.
this? It's like just my gratitude, possibly if I'm able to write up my research paper, thanks in my research paper, you would get, acknowledgement there as a great adventurers you are, and I'm sure the people of Bremen would be thankful.
Like I said, nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Since you are a researcher, what do you know about chewingas?
Uh,
Good question.
When he says
I
that, I look
mean,
at my lantern.
your lantern's still burning a normal color.
Damn it.
Yeah. And she said chewingas. Thought I heard a story about them. Aren't they made up, or aren't they down in Chult somewhere? I mean, I don't remember seeing any in town, but I'm more after natural wildlife, like normal things, not elementals or fae. Uh, yeah. I mean, some people have thought they saw something riding on a fox, but we just thought they were drunk that night on, while walking out home after a few too many.
No. I mean, yes, they were probably drunk, but
Who is
chewingas
it?
are real, and they're out there. In fact, we have this lantern here, which is an
Hold it up.
artifact designed to find them.
Yeah, that.
Well, good luck to you guys then. May you find them, and um I mean, are you gonna write a research paper on them? If you happen to find them, I mean, I would be very thankful you could bring them back. If I could put out a paper about chewingas actually existing in Icewind Dale, maybe that can make my name.
Is
Well,
she
I mean, they
prettier than the
definitely
other
would.
lady?
They're the most elusive creature out here. How much would
Yeah.
it be worth to you?
Oh, yeah. Money. No. See, I don't really have any.
What do you eat?
I do mostly my own research in Bremen because I do my own research. I'm yeah. I'm a lonely field scholar. I don't have a big name behind me giving me money to find this stuff out. I'm still waiting for the day to make my name. Those chewingas would help, maybe. Look at the group view. But, at least I saved you from possibly dying to our Bremen lake monster.
I think I
So
had that
if you do
handled.
go out, let me know if you find out anything about it. Yeah.
Insight check to see if she's starving,
She's not starving per se.
like hungry or whatever.
You think that she lives a kind of like modest, very modest lifestyle. She's not drowning in food, but definitely a little bit on the skinny side. But then again, she is a half elf, so that might just be part of her being an elf. You're not quite sure. Yeah, you think she has enough to eat, but not much to spare.
What's
Well, I
the
mean,
what's the verdict, fellas?
Well, I say the quicker that we're out of Bremen, the better. But
Here's a heads and tails for you, lady. When you eat, do you use a fork?
a fork. What am I eating? I mean, it
Food. Do you
well,
ever use a fork?
sometimes. I
All
mean,
right, we're
you
out.
wouldn't.
Let's go. And I turn around.
She's gonna look at the group with a very very puzzled look on her face.
And she'll see the giant spoon on my back.
It's like, I use a spoon when I'm having stew or soup. I
Too
mean,
late.
can't use a fork for that.
Too late.
But I mean,
I'm
what?
walking away.
Okay.
And to think, we almost trusted her with the Chewinga information.
I know, right?
Ugh.
Dirty fork lovers.
So are you guys heading to Buried Treasure? That's like the only inn in Bremen, but there is the five tavern center.
I was thinking like that was a poorly disclosed place of buried treasure, not an inn.
No, that's the name of the inn. Yes.
I thought that for a second too, and I was like, oh wait, no.
No. She did
It's got
mention
big over here.
it. Like if Tally sees you guys walking to Buried Treasure, she's like, I could walk you guys back to Buried Treasure. I mean, that's where I stay as well. I can introduce you to Cora. She's the owner. She's the innkeeper. I mean, yeah.
I just want to do a quick aside. Guys, are we headed to Lonelywood, or are we going to chill in Bremen for a little bit? Because, I mean, I wouldn't call it the sun, but it is getting late. Maybe now is not the best time to travel.
Isn't it only an hour away?
No, it's more than that.
Or
No.
or she
What's
was
up
only
to it?
here an hour. I'm confused.
Lonelywood?
She sees so much stuff.
I mean, if we want to catch up to them, then the sooner we
She said
continue.
that they were only here in Bremen for an hour.
Yeah.
We left already, so
Oh,
How far is Lonelywood?
yeah, it's quite a ways here. 1 second.
20-something miles, maybe.
I was thinking that
Yeah.
maybe we could take up their offer to go fishing and instead maybe head on with those boats to Lonelywood.
Yes.
Do you guys see how Lonelywood is on the opposite side of the lake from Bremen? Yeah. So either you walk all the way around back. Like you have to go through Targos, through Bryn Shandir, through Tremelaine to Lomuloid, or you take the rowboats across. But first, you would have to bring the rowboats into, like, slide them across the ice into the water, or you would take what is that? Usually there's no actual trail to Lonelywood. So hold on one second. I need to go. Too many pages right now. Yeah, it would be quite a few hours either rowing or going across. Sorry about that.
Well, I mean, it seems to me it's got to be faster to row across
Than to walk around.
than
Yeah.
to walk around.
Yep, it would be faster to row across.
So I say we take this guy up on his offer and take his boats.
I guess we could do that, but is that illegal? Or does Brian's character not care enough about Bremen to actually care?
I would return the boats after we're done in Lowlywood. At least that's my plan.
Okay.
I wouldn't not fish when we're out there. Just, we'd head a little bit further out than they normally do.
Okay.
We're not breaking any laws or not lying.
It's the frontier. There are no laws.
Okay, we can give this a shot.
Well, it's still like 6 p.m. ish, probably like 6:37 after that conversation. Do you want to head out tonight?
I mean, we're already a day behind the guy, right? And we're not catching up because he don't sit for long. Or she, whatever it is, the dwarf.
Yeah, it's just like a roving caravan goes through town, start shouting their wares as the caravan rolls on through, taking the main roads. Stays for about an hour or two for the word to go through the small town, that people show up, then heads out. All right, what are you guys up to?
I think we've got to move quickly if we want to actually catch up to it.
Again, the quicker we're out of Bremen, the better.
You got some bad blood here or something?
The rowboat has a speed about 1.5 miles per hour.
I assume the gnome has a illegitimate child here that he's trying to avoid.
I thought he was an illegitimate child.
Hey now.
All right, let's see. So according to this map, even growing, it's about, let's say, a little like 4 miles from the water, but it's probably going to take you a little while to walk across the snow or like bring the rowboats across the ice. It'll take about an hour. So yeah, it's an hour and a half, mile per hour. Let's say. So it's going to take at least 3 hours, 4 hours to get to Lonelywood by boats.
And how long does it take to get there by road?
You would have to. There's no road from Bremen to Lonelywood. You would have to walk the 3 hours back to Targos without a trail, and then the extra 2 hours back to Bryn Shandir, or from Targos straight to Tremelaine for. Oh God, I had this open already. I need to stop closing windows. Remind me not to close these windows, guys, please.
Trust me, closing windows
It's
brings
fine.
sanity.
Well, yeah, I
Sorry.
have to keep closing windows because it's just so.
Remember, you got a
easy.
bunch of hot bars that you can drag stuff too.
Yes, I finally remembered that I could do that, so I dragged the Icewind Dale map there, but then I keep on forgetting that I dragged the Icewind Dale map to my bar. So, yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
small fire to put out, so sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, it would probably take you about 4 or 5 hours just by rowboat, and it's gonna at least take you couple of hours to
It took
get.
us what, 3 hours to get here from Targos?
Yep. So it would take you
Yeah,
3 hours to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we save a lot of time by rowing across.
It's so strange that the river froze over, but not the lake.
Well, Brian, you would know that the lake didn't freeze over because there's geothermal vents in Walden. That's the red water is mostly froze over, but it does have some geothermal vents. But this one has the most of them.
Yeah,
And
there's
by the
probably some
way,
sort of magma beast down there,
Oh.
warming things up.
from Targos, it's going to take you 4 hours to walk to Tourmaline, and from Tourmaline, it would take you an extra 2 hours to walk to Lonelywood.
Yeah, yes. That's
How do you know so much?
Hmm?
I'm asking Finbuild. How do you know so much? Were you studious when you were young?
Well, yeah, it's when you're on a ship and you're sailing. I mean, you.
I mean, my parents gave me nothing but books and books and books. And I still don't know this. Huh. Just means I need to be doing some more reading.
Finn, are you going to let him know that you've been living in the 10 towns for 2 years?
I could have swore that I've already mentioned that, but I mean, knowing this stuff is more of experience than anything else. Before I decided
Bob
to
is not that
settle on,
wise. He doesn't connect the dots.
Okay.
before I settled on Targos, I, checked around 10 towns, see where the best place to settle was. Originally, I was going to go to East Haven for some fishing over at Lac Dinishare, but, well, I decided on Targos because they just have the best fleet in 10 towns. And this is where my hard work and labor could be put to best use.
All right. Well, are you guys going to start taking the rowboats out? Because that, as I said, it's going to take at least another 4 to 5 hours. It's going to be 11 p.m. the earliest you'll reach Lonelywood. Or are you going with what is her name? Oh God, Tally. Are you going with Tally to Buried Treasure, which is an inn that you could stay at for the
Hey,
night?
Finbuild. Say you were trying to take a tour through the 10-town region. What is the next town you would go to after the woods?
After Lonelywood, well, I mean, that's sort of the last stop unless you're going to Kelvin's Cairn. But there's really no reason that you would go there unless you're a dwarf doing some mining. So yeah, they'd probably come back through Thermaline again, and with any luck, back to Targos.
Does everyone want to just make for Thermaline in the morning? Try and head them off?
Still think the water is our best bet to head them off.
Yeah. No, water would be involved in either case. But we can go tonight, and then we get to Lonelywood, and we may still be chasing them. We can try and go to Tourmaline and get ahead of. Well, we can try and leave in the morning, go to Tourmaline, and possibly be there when they're hitting Tourmaline.
I see what you're
But if we
saying.
go to Tourmaline, we won't have any confirmation on whether or not someone was murdered in Lonelywood. This is just food for thought. If we're not going to try and head it off, I think that we should head out tonight.
Well, how big of a town is Tourmaline, like compared to Bryn Shandar or Shandir?
I believe Tourmaline is smaller than Bryn Shandir. Bryn Shandir is one of the biggest. Yeah, Tourmaline only has about 600. Targos has about 1,000. Tourmaline or Bryn Shandir has about 1,200, and Bremen is nice and tiny, with only 150 people.
In Lonelywood?
You would ask that, wouldn't you? Lonelywood has about 100.
Yeah, see, that's a better place to kill somebody if you need to. Less people.
So what do you think, guys? Tourmaline in the morning?
Oh, it's really hard to say. I could.
I mean, if they set out yesterday, do they sleep? Do they stop and sleep on the road, or do they keep traveling? Do they have shifts?
Well, the dwarf, he's still going to be at the end of the dock. So do you go back to the end of the dock and ask him about Torgs?
I was asking Fiblin here.
Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't actually know. Would I? No, I wouldn't know, right?
No, you just
I mean-
know that Torgs travels through all the towns.
Okay, he doesn't have a set schedule, or he doesn't like show up in your town on a certain frequency or regular basis, right?
Nope. You just know that she just travels to 10 towns. Sometimes if she smells treasure, she heads off the roads and tries to find random stuff. Yeah, she's a caravan, but also an adventurer on the side.
Okay, interesting.
Telling,
If they're adventuring on the side, then it makes more sense to follow than possibly get there and not have them there. I don't know.
Well, we can always backtrack from Lonelywood. If they're not there, then we head to Tourmaline, and if they're not there, then we head to. Be better to catch them on the road than catch them in a town.
I mean, if we find them in the town, we can catch them on the road afterwards. We should be traveling faster if they're a caravan, I think. If we follow them out of town.
I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I think I'm going to ask the locals if I can procure some ship's passage. Aside from the whole fishing route shenanigans, maybe we can get to Lonelywood or Tourmaline without having to, borrow these people's fishing vessels. I mean,
And it might be quicker because it would actually be people who are doing this regularly and ready. Does that make sense, actually?
Do they have bigger boats than rowboats on this lake?
There are bigger boats, but Brian, the only bigger boats you know are in Targos, not Bremen. In Bremen, it's mostly rowboats. Yeah, there's not a bigger boat.
well, shucks, I tried.
Yeah. Tally would probably be the one to tell you. Like, look at the dock, man. It's only these rowboats, and these rowboats are fishermen's lifelines. They don't really, usually if you come to Bremen, you're only coming to Bremen to go here, or you're gonna go over land to the Sea of Moving Ice, for some traveling or
All
venturing.
right,
You
let's.
don't.
What are the consequences of us getting into the other town at 11?
You know that things are pretty much shut up around nighttime. Remember,
So the
there.
inns would be closed also, so we would have to stay on the streets.
Yeah, and depending on the town, if the towns have a walled fort like Targos does, uh, they would have guards on the walls, and you would have to go through the guards before you're let in. Bryn Shandir also has guards on the wall that you have to go through.
Okay. That that gives us a lot more reason to stay in this town for this night. If no matter where we go, we're pretty much gonna get screwed over.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So,
Brian, Lonelywood doesn't have a wall, so there's no really like any guards to go through, but you
there's
also
100 people
know
there.
that
Like, they can build a wall.
you also know that Lonelywood doesn't really have like an inn that you could stay at other than like the speaker's house. So, yeah. They would probably the speaker would probably be sleeping by 11.
So I guess maybe we should stay the night after all. Shucks.
All right.
Well, what time is it?
It's like 6 or 7 p.m.
We could do some investigation into the murder and then go to bed.
We could try and catch some fish and go to bed, actually. Um,
Could show them what real fishing's like.
I gotta be honest, you're the only one with fishing tackle, though, Brian. So
If you look in the boat, there's 3 sets of fishing tackle in each of the rowboats.
interesting.
It is rowboats that he thinks he hired people for.
I'm gonna be
Go
honest,
fishing.
though. I am fine with investigating, assuming we can find out the information that we need to get a lead for investigating.
If you're going to be investigating Torgs, people don't really know much about the caravan other than the dwarf roams the 10 towns. It's called Torgs because it's Torger Icewind, and she has a guard, and the guard kind of looks humanish, but he's kind of bluish, and he could tolerate the cold really well. And she keeps the Torga keeps her guards close while they're in town while the shop's open. But usually cutting through town, shouting about what they have, and they head on through. That's, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm apologize, but I'm getting really tired. So would you guys mind just heading over to Bury Treasure or staying the night, and then we'll pick up from 6 or 7 p.m. next Friday?
Sure.
Sound good? Yeah, I was hoping you guys got through Bremen, or at least got on the water, but yep. Sorry I'm getting tired. I'm just like crashing at this point. But yeah,
No
between
worries.
11 and 12, yeah. But
Well, we do play late.
yep. Thanks for the fun,
This
guys.
actually, I actually somehow I don't actually know how we closed this last hour because I feel like we came back at 10:15 and all of a sudden it's now 11:30.
Yeah, it was basically travel. You spent time traveling and doing survival checks, and thankfully you didn't run into anything dangerous so far. So yeah, you're very lucky. Yeah, I was going to see what you guys would be doing in Bremen since this is kind of like a dead end. I didn't know if you would take up the quest, you know, since there's really no reward, but you could help people.
Yeah, most of the time has been spent on
Shopping.
shopping because I had no clue that a blacksmith would have potions.
Well,
So
it's not just the blacksmith shop, it's the Black Iron Blades. It's like a shop and a blacksmith. It's just,
Mm.
yeah, like
Yeah.
It is the Walmart of this area.
yeah,
yeah,
basically.
sure.
Nice.
I
Well,
should have thought about it.
to be honest, I think part of the way that it could be described is that because we are essentially in the middle of places that people don't care about, we're back in or that don't have large scale devoted trade. We are in an area that once again would have like general stores for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because
And
like
like,
that's yeah.
mhm.
Well, all this
I-
stuff is beneath Bob. He doesn't know any of this stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna end the recording there. There we go. Brian, did you forget to record?
No,
Oh, okay, perfect.
I guess
Was
I'll
it?
turn mine off as well.
Yeah, you could send that over to me. You probably have longer than I do because I forgot to turn mine on for the beginning part. But yeah.